bad dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, my 3 goats made it to Tennessee, and now I'm going to tell you about the 10 most horrifically painful stunts I ever did. Let's go. We're going to begin our list with the coconut crab, which we filmed in Indonesia for Wild Boys. And spoiler alert, it's called a coconut crab because it can actually cut through a coconut. Chris Pontius took the coconut crab and put it on my underwear. It didn't do anything at first, but when it latched on, it was the most painful thing I've ever had on my butt.
Ow! 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 Get him off! Get him off! Oh no! Oh my God!
There have been a lot of painful things on my butt cheeks, so let's do a little honorable mention section here. We'll go with the alligator snapping turtle. That baby alligator that almost ripped off my butt cheek. Ow! There was definitely a stork that was very mean to my butt.
Ow! Gah!
Now the thing about pain is it's way worse if it lasts for a long time, which is why the little red wagon from the Jackass TV show is on my list. Didn't even look like anything happened. I kind of fell off the side of this ramp, but on the way I scraped all the skin off my butt cheek, and for like the next 2 weeks I had this wound which I had to peel my underwear off every time I stood up. The stunt didn't even look that cool, and that hurts more than anything. I don't know of a lot of stuff that hurts more than getting shocked with upwards of 50,000 volts of electricity, but usually when that happens, it's very quick. Unless you get one of your buddies to make sure that he shocks you for a full 30 seconds with a taser gun, and you do a Q&A.
Where are we right now? Austin!
This happened for the finale of my first comedy special, Steveo, Guilty as Charged. And I can tell you, I will never do that again. Now, if you think electricity's bad, let me tell you, burns are way worse because the pain lasts so much longer. And that's why the flaming gauntlet from Jackass 3.5 comes in right here. The idea was that I was going to get knocked off a balance beam with flaming balls and land on a bunch of hot coals. But we filmed it in a warehouse where the guy didn't want the floor damaged, so they put this big steel plate down.
Yeah, I noticed that. Why did they put it on a frying pan?
I literally fell onto a frying pan. I got burned terribly. Plus, I was sober at that point, so I had to just deal with the burns.
A normal person would probably ask for a painkiller.
Well, you got your card revoked.
That one was awful. During the filming of Jackass Forever, I had a bit where I was towed by a horse riding on a wakeboard, and I somehow fell into the ramp that I was supposed to go off of and broke my collarbone, which didn't hurt that bad. It was after the surgery where they put the hardware in that I could not fall asleep. There was no comfortable position. I was just laying in bed, unable to sleep, and so that whole night I rank as on this list. When I came up with the idea to have a heart shape branded over my heart as a metaphor to show that love hurts, that was something that MTV said they would not show. They had a problem with sizzling, smoking flesh. Sure, the actual branding hurt, but the reason this is on my list is because it got infected, and that caused a lot of pain that lasts for a long, long time. Now strap on your seatbelts, folks, because this list is going from awful to pure hell. But first, let's put up the goats, because it's getting dark. Right. Now we're going to get into the really bad stuff. The item here is when I shattered my ankle and broke my other heel. It was so terrible, I had to get like 11 screws and a plate in there. And it happened while I was jumping a skateboard off of a wooden porta potty, which my buddy was crashing a car through. So yeah, it was a freak accident. And it hurt so terribly after I came out of surgery for that one that I took both Advil and Tylenol together. And now I'm going to tell you about the horrific glove of ants. This is something we filmed for Wild Boys in Brazil, and it involved a sacred ritual where boys become men by putting on a glove that has like 100 bullet ants in it. Pontius was so unlucky for going first because I think most of the venom was in his hand. No! The boy's supposed to keep the glove on for an entire minute and just bear the pain without making a sound. So Pontius and I are still boys because we made a lot of sounds.
Ow! Oh, yeah! I'm gonna pass out.
It was so crazy bad that we went to like a medical clinic where they gave us morphine and still we couldn't bear the pain. And the next day, Chris's hand looked like Mickey Mouse. Here we go with the second worst thing I've ever been through. And I know nobody's gonna believe that this hurt as bad as I'm telling you it did. It was my back tattoo. There's something about getting your back tattooed for hours on end that was that bad. I mean, I did 6 hours on the first session and then came back for the second session just having taken all this Xanax, which I thought would help, but it made me just like falling out of my chair. So the legendary tattoo artist who did it, Jack Rudy, just kicked me out of his parlor. And man, I had to go through 4 sessions like that. It was so bad. You ask Machine Gun Kelly, who just got all of his stuff blacked out. Being tattooed for that long is pure hell. And that's why it's second to last on my list. I have little doubt that many of you watching this will already know what the worst pain I've ever been through was, because I've said it before. It was burns that were so bad I had to have skin graft surgery on 15% of my body. It happened filming the finale for my second comedy special, Gnarly, which is free at steveo.com at the bottom of the site. Plus my bucket list special, free at the top of the site. But there we were in my house in Hollywood. We emptied out the living room so that we could blow it up with explosives. And I ended up laying on a bed of rocket engine fuel, which my buddies lit, and I had just bit off more than I could chew. And I thought that I would heal on my own, but every day the pain just got more and more unbearable. To the point where on the 5th day, I tapped out and showed up at the hospital begging for help. And they looked at me and said, "Dude, you need to go into surgery right now." And so I went into this surgery, which absolutely saved my life. That was something else. Again, watch that footage in all of its uncensored glory at steveo.com for free, plus my bucket list special for free as well. And if you liked this video, then that means you should click the like button. I would love that. And thank you for watching. Yeah, dude.